Hi everybody, welcome to Tech Growth Stocks channel. Today I present you a new video. Specifically, I will give you 5 strong tech momentum stocks for 2021. So this is part 2 of the series, and in that I will give you strong tech momentum stocks with excellent growth characteristics as well. So I think it definitely pays to watch that video until the end and have a look with me at all of these strong stocks. So before I start right off with the first stock, I have to make a short disclaimer. This video does not constitute financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only, so please consider that. And one more quick note, please subscribe to my channel with the link in the description below so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me. So please subscribe now. Okay everybody, so that was it for the intro. So let's start right off with the first strong tech momentum stock for 2021. And as you can see it in the chart, it is DOCU, DocuSign. Here you can see the longer term chart of DocuSign, and as you can see, DocuSign was a quite recent IPO in April 2018. So it's a quite young company. It's in the first 10 years after its IPO, and this is a very strong signal because 95% of the super performance stocks make their super performance runs in their first 10 years after their IPOs. So it definitely pays to watch and look out for young companies. Here you can see after its IPO, DocuSign formed a nice IPO base here, and it could break out of that IPO base around September 2019, form a nice and very strong uptrend since then. And recently in the short-term chart, you see recently we have been base building and moving sideways in DocuSign. And I think this base is now, it's getting longer and longer since July 2020. And I think soon we could break out of that base. One quick note, a base is a period of pause. And in an uptrend, or that's what we are looking for. We look at these period of pauses, and when the stock is breaking out of a base like that of a period of pause, I think that could be an excellent entry point, especially if the stock is in an overall uptrend. And here we see that period of pause, and I think soon we could break out here and continue with a strong uptrend in DocuSign. DocuSign's growth characteristics: the EPS growth is not the strongest, it's 4%, but the sales growth is very good with 49%, and the relative strength rating is also good with 93. So I think DocuSign is definitely, and one quick note, DocuSign is in the tech software space, which has been a leading sector for quite some years now. So I think DocuSign is definitely a strong tech momentum stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for DocuSign. Now let's have a look at the next stock. And it is ZG, Zillow Group. Here you can see the longer term chart of Zillow Group, and as you can see, it was quite volatile here from 2018 until 2020. Yeah. Let's say around May 2020 was quite volatile, ups and downs. And last year in March we made a recent low in Zillow Group. We reversed from that low, traded strongly to the upside, and formed a nice and new uptrend in Zillow Group. The short-term chart, you see that uptrend, and you see as well here a period of pause or a base in the uptrend quite nicely. You can see if you broke out, you would maybe here or here, you would try to establish a position, and then after that traded very strongly to the upside. So I think Zillow Group is looking very great from a technical standpoint, and now here we are building a short-term period of pause or a short-term base, and I think soon we could continue in Zillow Group with the uptrend. Zillow Group's growth characteristics: the EPS growth is not the strongest, it's minus 73%, and the sales growth is 8%. but the relative strength rating is good with 92, and Zillow Group is in a hot sector in the interactive media and communication services space. So I think Zillow Group is also a strong tech momentum stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Zillow Group. Now let's have a look at the next tech momentum stock, and it is TTD, the trade desk. Here you can see the longer term chart of the trade desk, and as you can see, the trade desk was an IPO around September 2016, and since then it has been in a very nice and strong uptrend. And we can see as well, last year in March we made also a recent low in the trade desk with a corona breakdown, but we could reverse from that low and trade to the upside and continue strongly with its uptrend. In the short-term chart you see that uptrend here. You can see we had a very strong gap up on earnings, very strongly, and after that we traded strongly to the upside again, and now we are consolidating in the trade desk. We are experiencing a period of pause in the trade desk, so we are building a base, and I think we could, when we trade here like this and then suddenly we could trade to the upside strongly. I think that would here like this and then to the upside. I think that would be very strong for the trade desk. I think a breakout above these levels here after some continuation of that base building phase, I think that would mark an excellent entry point for the trade desk. The trade desk's growth characteristics: the EPS growth is very good with 46%. The sales growth is good or is okay with 9%, and the relative strength rating is good with 90. And the trade desk is in a hot sector in the tech software sector, which has been a leading sector for quite some years now. So I think the trade desk is definitely a strong tech momentum stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for the trade desk. Now let's have a look at the next tech momentum stock, and it is ROKU. Here you can see the longer term chart of ROKU, and as you can see, ROKU also quite young company, had its IPO in September 2017. After its IPO, it formed a, let's say, somehow volatile uptrend where we had from time to time quite big or quite strong pullbacks, here and here and here. And the last pullback where we made the low in March last year together with the corona pullback, but we could reverse from that low, trade to the upside, and here form a nice and very strong uptrend in ROKU. The short-term chart, you see that uptrend, and you see as well we are trading higher and higher in a parabolic fashion. Here you can see as well we had a short-term base here, broke out of that. Here a very short-term base. Recently we accelerated to the upside, so I think ROKU is definitely looking very strong from a momentum perspective. ROKU's growth characteristics are very good. The EPS growth is very strong with 96%. The sales growth is also very good with 58%. And the relative strength rating is good with 91. And ROKU is in a hot sector in the media and communication services space. So I think ROKU is definitely a strong tech momentum stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for ROKU. Now we come to the last tech momentum stock for today, and it is MELI, Mercado Libre. Here you can see the longer term chart of Mercado Libre, and as you can see, here we had a period of sideways movement, and since then, that was since let's say around September, around July 2016. Now we are in a strong uptrend in Mercado Libre. Here we had a longer term base building phase, and recently the last lows we made with the corona pandemic breakdown, and we reversed from these lows and traded strongly to the upside and continued with a strong uptrend in Mercado Libre. Short-term chart, you see that uptrend here. You see here a period of pause in that uptrend, which is a base. And you see as well, we made like a high handle, which is a part of a base, or there is a part of that period of pause. We could break out here and continue strongly with the uptrend. And yeah, recently we had a short-term pullback and we bounced off the, you see that line, that orange line, we bounced quite a few times off that line. Here we bounced off it, here we bounced off it, here we bounced off it. So that is looking strong in Mercado Libre. And the growth characteristics are also way good. The EPS growth is way strong with 74%. The sales growth is also way strong with 73%. And the relative strength rating is good with 90. And Mercado Libre is in a hot sector in the retail and internet retail space as well. So I think Mercado Libre is definitely a strong tech momentum stock for 2021. Okay, so these were the tech momentum stocks for today. I hope in that video are some nice stocks for you which you can use for your research. And also please subscribe now to my channel with the link in the description below, so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me. So please subscribe now. And also be excited, soon I will release some new videos about the tech IPO stocks, where I will cover very strong tech IPO stocks, so very young companies which could have very strong performances going forward. And also soon there will be coming up another video about the disruptive tech stocks, and I think there are also some very strong stocks for you to consider. So if you haven't subscribed yet, so subscribe now so that you do not miss all of these strong stocks. And also please have a look at my strategies with the link in the description below. There you can have a look at the strategies, and for instance, the tech momentum strategy is now up 40% since November. So in just a couple of weeks, 40%, I think around 6 weeks, we made 40%. So I think that is an excellent performance. So yeah, cover me on that channel, and I think I will give you very strong stocks, and I think it makes sense. Okay, so thank you for watching that video, and I hope to see you again in the future. Cheers.